Meine sehr geehrten Damen und Herren, bitte begrüßen Sie den Senior Vice President Regional Sales and Marketing, Herrn Francis Griffiths.
Good morning, and welcome to VIP Days 2015. I guess another warm welcome after yesterday's keynote. So, did you have a good time at the party last night? Yes, excellent. Well, I'm really excited today to have 20 minutes or so to talk a little bit more about National Instruments, but actually to talk about the customer success and celebrate the customer success that we've had here. In fact, for the 20th time, this is the 20th anniversary of VIP Days. And it really is, I think, marking a milestone for us to be here and celebrate the success that you, our customers, and our partners have had over those 20 years. So I have a question for you to start. How many people were here for the first VIP Days at the Deutsche Museum in 1996? A show of hands? Okay, not too many. But you know, whether it's your first VIP or your 20th, you know, it really is a pleasure to be able to celebrate the success that you have here today. And my talk will focus on that, particularly through the lens of our alliance partners and how they help to drive our customer success, not just here in this region, but globally across the world. So I thought it was appropriate to start to remind and reflect on our vision statement, which is to equip engineers and scientists across the world, you know, with the systems, with the tools that allow them to accelerate their productivity, to allow them to innovate, and to allow them to discover. And I think VIP Days no better reflects what we've been able to achieve over 20 years, and I think it reflects really truly our mission and our vision statement at National Instruments. And I was looking at the the output of the 20 years. You know, we capture all of the user and case studies, thousands of these success stories captured in the proceedings of VIP Days over this past 20 years. So it's really a testament to the work that we've been able to do together that we get a chance to celebrate this success. And that's really exciting. And I'll talk a little bit more about this towards the end of the presentation. So as you saw yesterday in the keynote, you know, we have a platform-based approach. Our graphical system design approach through standard technologies and platforms, whether it's PC data acquisition, compact DAC, compact RIO, or PXI, they provide the fundamental hardware platforms that we can build the applications and solutions that our customers and our partners can innovate and drive productivity. A couple of years back, we had Dr. Truchard on the stage here, along with Professor Sangiovanni Vincentelli from Berkeley, and he talked about this hourglass view, where a software-centric approach provides the abstraction and reduces the complexity so that we, our customers and our partners, can really unlock the productivity and focus on their specific areas of expertise when they innovate and develop solutions. And this is really a fundamental part of enabling our vision and our mission to provide this flexible, innovative, platform-based approach based on graphical system design. National Instruments is a growth company. We have a long-term view to balance the stakeholders. I'd like to talk a little bit now about our business and the way that we manage the business and we make decisions. Our four key stakeholders: our customer success, our partner success, our shareholder success, and of course our employee success. And we aspire to grow and be profitable, and that's really important when we look at how we make decisions in the short term and the long term in terms of how we manage our business. Our customers want us to grow so that we can continue to invest in the productivity, in the innovation, and in the technology tools so that they can be successful. Our partners, of course, want us to continue to invest so they can continue to build on those platforms and add the value to those platforms that their customers require. Of course, our shareholders want us to succeed and grow because they clearly want a return on their investment. That's also important. And our employees want us to grow because they want the challenging and the rewarding career paths as being part of a successful organization. So this is an important framework for us as a company to make those decisions, not just for the short term, but also the long term. And so growth is a really important part of the framework in terms of us making those decisions. So just very quickly, National Instruments, we are a $1.2 billion company in 2014. We have 7,200 employees and serve in almost 50 countries throughout the world. We don't have any one industry that's greater than 15% of our revenue, which gives us a diversity and an ability to sustain our business model even when one particular industry turns down. So this is a good position for us. And as you can see, we serve a very, very broad base of customers. Something like 35,000 customers across the world make up the portfolio of customers that we have. And we're counting companies like Bosch and Siemens and so on would be just one customer. So many more sites, in fact, than just 35,000 customers. And then we have a culture, we talked about the success. We like to celebrate the success at National Instruments. We like to have fun. And when you see the array of different things that our customers do, our customers have fun using our products. Our partners have fun. Our employees have fun. And I think this is an important part that underpins the culture at National Instruments. It is about fun, and it is about growth, and it is about that being a really exciting journey that we're on. And the best places to work, the Great Places to Work Institute ranked National Instruments in the top 25 companies to work for worldwide. And so this is an important part of our culture and who National Instruments is. You can see our growth curve here. I talked about growth, and Michael Dahm showed this yesterday in the keynote. Growth is an important part of our aspiration and our goals. We have only had 2 times in the history of National Instruments where we haven't grown. And the first one was in 2000, around a recession, and of course the most recent Great Recession in 2008-2009 period. One important aspect about managing through a difficult time when we don't have growth is really for us to, again, take a long-term view of how we want to manage our business. And what that means is it means innovating, investing, and then being able to innovate when we see the upturn in the economy. And we've done that. We've continued to invest through those tough times to make sure that when the economy takes the upturn, we have the right products, the platforms, and so on for our partners and our customers so that they can continue to be successful. Michael showed a chart yesterday, if you remember, and he talked about the success that we've had in terms of market share against some of our competitors in some of the core test and measurement industries. This is another view of how we look at the success that we're having from an economical perspective. This is the red curve you can see is the National Instruments growth, and the blue curve is the PMI. It's actually called the Global Purchasing Managers Index. And really it just reflects the economic confidence that's out there in the community and ultimately the global economy. When the blue line is below the horizontal axis, the economy goes into contraction, so shrinking. When it's below 50 as an index. And when it's above 50, the economy is expanding. And what you can see is that it closely correlates with our business, which is why we track it. And you can see the big downturn there. You see how our business went down. Many, many companies' businesses went down. We managed through that, and the important thing for us is when the economy comes back into growth that we can also outpace that global economic index. And you can see that we've managed to do that. The term that we use to track how well we're doing is our ability to separate from the Global Purchasing Managers Index. So we look for the separation between the blue and the red. And we've achieved that in the recent times post the Great Recession. And you can see in more recent times we've also started to separate again with our core business. So this is an important metric, and it effectively equates to us gaining market share. And that's a really important point for us, and it underlines our growth strategy. From a geographical perspective, we're organized in 3 regions. So you see that we have the Americas region, the EMEA region, and also the Asia-Pacific region. And our goal is to make sure that we serve our customers effectively across each one of these regions. EMEA, by the way, just for clarity, is Europe, the Middle East, India, and Africa make up that region. We are here it's a small dot in a vast region, which is where we are today. You can probably see it on there. The other important point is that we look at the growth opportunities in those regions. You can see the pie charts. They show the percentage of the developing economies in those regions. So for example, the Americas has around 7% developing countries, with Latin America and so on in that region. Across on the other side, you can see it's almost 50% developing countries in the Asia-Pacific region. And then in the EMEA region, we have something like around 23% in these developing economies. When we look at our resources and our investments, we want to make sure we have a balanced portfolio that we can serve the needs of those customers in those regions in the right way. So specifically, I mentioned we have over close to 500 direct offices. The blue dots that you see on the chart here, this is where we have direct offices. And since the inception of National Instruments and our global expansion, we have had a strategy to be direct, to be local where our customers are, so that we can effectively serve them. And this has really stood us in good stead in terms of driving customer success. And so we invest in direct sales, direct marketing, technical support, training, operations, customer services, in all of these places so that we can ensure that we serve our customers in the right way. And this is a really important aspect for us and also an evolution, which I'll talk about in a moment. Now, another critical part of that is the ability of our alliance partner network to also serve customers both locally and globally. And you can see we've built up a vast network of alliance partners. We have over 900 alliance partners now in the program, spanning many different application areas, including consulting, including our ecosystem, training, and so on. And in fact, we just got the surveys back, and that represents over 9,000 people in the actual program. There's an average of about 10 people, if you average out the whole thing, there's an average of about 10 people in each alliance program. Of course, that's an average or partner. So 9,000 people in the program, it's truly, I think, a great opportunity for our partners, but also our customers to leverage that resource across the world, as I said, whether it's local or whether it's global applications. Another important aspect of we've expanded our business is, as I mentioned, to be close to our customers. This is not only in the business, but it's also in our manufacturing, in our research and development, in our service centers, in our calibration centers. And it's become more and more important as we've seen this incredible uptick in globalization over the past 20 years, that we serve our customers in this way. So we continue to invest in these particular centers around the world so that we can be here for our customers and our partners. This is a really important investment area for us. So I mentioned about looking at the lens of customer success through customer success through the lens of our partner program. And our partner program has three components that we're focusing on in terms of driving the growth. I mentioned global expansion as one element. Another element is proficiency. It's really important for us that we have proficiency across the range of technologies in our platforms that we talked about yesterday, and we'll hear a little bit more about today. But the proficiency scales to the certified architects, the certified LabVIEW developers, the certified consultants that we have out there. And we want to continue to invest and make sure we're training and developing and certifying as many engineers and scientists as we can out there in the world so that we can enable them to build the solutions and so on. And our partners have an incredible amount of proficiency around National Instruments application platforms. And in addition to that, it's also about focusing then on the applications in the industries where our customers really are looking for those solutions. And so I'll talk about that a little bit more in a moment. But this is a slide that you may recognize from yesterday, and I think it's really good just to refresh a little bit about the power of the platform. What does it mean? If you look, there are three elements to this, and one element you saw yesterday was in the middle here, the application platforms themselves. So the PC data acquisition, the Compact Rio, the Compact DAC, and the PXI. And if you look at the bottom layer here, it's around commercial technologies. We want to leverage the innovation, the acceleration, and the performance, and the lower cost that we can get through commercial technologies into those platforms. And Moore's Law, continues to give us that opportunity to leverage those commercial technologies. And then you see at the top there, on top of the application platforms, the solutions and the ecosystem, the software platform that allows the innovation to build and develop on top of those application platforms. Reducing the risk, as I said. it's really important for us that we unlock the productivity for the customers that are the experts in their particular application, and for our partners to focus on the value that they can add with a really effective platform and an ecosystem that is around that. And the program itself, if I talk now about the partners and the applications, there are three main pillars to our partner program. One of them, of course, is the integrators that can add value to these systems, and also the consultants that are out there that can provide really in-depth technical knowledge in areas like software-defined radio or vibration monitoring, acoustic monitoring, certified experts that can help you with your applications. And then we have a vast ecosystem. We have a tools network. We have training. We have consulting as part of this ecosystem that can accelerate and help you with your solutions. And as I mentioned, this reflects over 900 partners in this program, 9,000 people that can help with these applications. And some specific areas, you saw some of these applications yesterday, application areas like condition monitoring, wireless test systems, semiconductor test systems. These are specific focus application areas, and of course, there are many more application focus areas when you look at the different industries that we're serving. These are some that our partner program are focusing on to accelerate some of the productivity that we've talked about. And in order to be able to achieve that, we really need to have product speciality that goes along with it, in-depth product speciality and knowledge. And it's RF and wireless as a key component, for example, going into semiconductor and wireless test systems. It's embedded control, going into some of the condition monitoring distributed control systems. Electronic design, and you can see more vision as well. These are all really important competencies that we really want to ensure are top-notch to allow us to really deliver on those applications that our customers require. So let me talk a little bit about some case studies. We have a wonderful exhibition that you see outside. Conrad is a long-time platinum partner that have been in our program. This particular case study is a haptic test system, precision measurement and control. And they were able to innovate from not just the prototyping, but all the way through to deployment of 1,000 of these systems based on a single board Rio application using the NI software tools. And so really driving down the total cost of test and the total cost of ownership in an OEM and type application for an acoustic emissions test system that was really quite a complex test system. So really an achievement in driving productivity in this haptics test solution. And then another case study that we'd like to showcase here is the partner case study for wireless device test for emergency call. And this particular application wasn't just about the emergency call. If you think about the automotive vehicle today, you can really class that as an Internet of Things device. And if you look at this case study and you read this case study, you'll see that it was much more than just emergency call. It also included navigation systems. It included the network access systems, as well as the emergency call systems. And we were able to reduce the cost of test and ultimately the cost of ownership here for our customer, working collaboratively with them. So this was with Harman and also with NOFS. So actually, I would like to congratulate my colleagues here on the success that they had. This was awarded the best paper submission for the VIP 2015, and you can see it in the publication as well. So I want to congratulate, and actually, I would like to welcome on the stage Marcus Solbach, Manuel Bogadane from NOFS, and also Marcus Kraus from Harman Becker Automotive to actually receive an award for the best paper submission. So please come up and... I have two. Thank you very much. I have one each. Here, I think. There you go. I don't know if we're going to take a photograph. Okay. Okay. Congratulations. So actually, this is a good time for me to actually put a plug in. You know, I talked about the 20 years of publications of the success stories at VIP. So, you know, we really would like to continue to be able to share and offer the opportunity to collaborate. And so, you know, having these submissions is really a great way that we can capture and document that. So, you know, please think about that, submit for next year so that we can have an equally good set of case studies for next year's VIP. I thought I would take a moment to talk about the LabVIEW Tools Network. How many people have actually used the LabVIEW Tools Network? Can I get a show of hands? Okay, quite a few. Excellent. So, you know, I was doing a little bit of research last night looking at there is another company on the planet that also have an app store, and I believe they've actually patented the word the app store. So I'm being careful to the way I use this word. But I was checking how many downloads they've actually had on their app store, and I was comparing it to our app store. It was a little disappointing. Because I discovered they have surpassed 100 billion downloads, and we have 4 million. So we have a little bit of work to do. However, this is cumulative, by the way, cumulative downloads. However, we have actually accelerated quite a bit in recent times. Our curve is quite steep, exponential almost. So we had over 1 million downloads, I think, in the past year. You know, but the real point here is I think there is an opportunity for us to really start to leverage applications. And if you look on the App Store, you know, it's not just toolkits for vibration or, you know, communication protocols and so on. You know, it's also about applications that can really accelerate your particular needs that you may have. So I would like to put an appeal in to you know, let's collaboratively use this more. Let's leverage this ecosystem of applications and executable apps that are on the application store for scientists and engineers. So not the app store, the application store for scientists and engineers. So we will continue to invest in this and drive it. And it's really searchable, easy to find, so you should check that out. You know, I started to talk about based on customer success and our partner success, and I wanted to just reiterate, you saw the extensive network we have of services around the world and some of the calibration centers and so on. It's really important for us that we continue to minimize risk around these systems and solutions, providing services so that you can develop faster, and then also reducing the costs. And so this is a continuous effort for us. Feasibility analysis, for example, for minimizing your risk before you start a project, award-winning support, and then things like calibration and so on. These are really important aspects, and NI is committed to your success, both our customers and our partners. And you'll continue to see us invest in services managers in our regions and around the world so that we can support you. And of course, I started off talking about growth, and we showed you National Instruments growth. I would like to show you here the growth of the Alliance Partner Network, or our Alliance Partners. And you can see, you know, since the mid-90s, you know, we had a 12% compound annual growth rate, you know, in the period up until the Great Recession. And then you can see the recovery that we had in our partner program, which accelerated to a 5-year compound annual growth rate of 15%. You know, and the fact is that the Alliance program, the Alliance Partner Program, has actually outperformed National Instruments growth in more recent times, in the last few years, by 6% on average. So I think this is really a testament to the work that the partners do in really providing value and success for our customers. So I want to congratulate them on that, and I think they're doing a tremendous job. This region, by the way, I do want to point out, this region has led the world in the sophistication and the number of partners that we've actually had since the inception of the program. And I'd like to congratulate actually all the partners, because really it's outstanding what we've achieved here in this region. So maybe we could give them a round of applause. So I thought I would finish appropriately with our mission again. You know, it is about equipping engineers and scientists so that they can accelerate, so they can improve product with systems to accelerate productivity, to drive innovation and discovery. And as we, I think, are celebrating a real milestone in VIP days this year, I think it's appropriate just to reflect back over 20 years. I would like to, first of all, thank all of the National Instruments employees that are here, and maybe the ones that are not here back in the office, you know, for putting on such a, I think, a great forum for technology and for our users. I think they, you know, they do a tremendous job. So I would ask the audience and you guys to recognize all the work that they've done over the last 20 years. Thank you. I would also like to thank all of our partners. You know, every year they come here, and I think they do an amazing job with the exhibition. They show some incredible applications, and I think it really makes the event what it is today. So let's give the partners a round of applause for supporting the event too. And finally, of course, the event is not the event without our customers. And thank you for the support every year. I think this year we had a record attendance again. Thank you for your support. Thank you for continuing to contribute to the case studies as well. These are really make the event valuable so that we can share those out. So again, thanks for you, the customers, for supporting the event. We really appreciate that. So, you know, my closing comment is, you know, let's continue to celebrate the success. Let's continue to innovate. Let's continue to discover. We get no more excitement and energy and have an incredible amount of fun looking at just the amazing things that our customers and our partners are doing with our products and our platforms. So I would like to close and say thank you. I hope the rest of the day is really as good as yesterday, which was excellent. And let's enjoy the next 20 years of VIP. Thank you.